Welcome back to Real Estate 101. Today we're going to talk a little bit about travel insurance, and I'm pleased to be joined by Joni Thompson of Atto Associates. Joni, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thanks for having me here today.
Okay, Joni, so I want to start today's show and I want to ask you, why is it important for people to get travel insurance before going on vacation or going abroad?
The major reason would be for medical insurance, but there's many different coverages, trip cancellation. Most people don't realize that when you leave even the province, never mind the country, your coverages do not cover you. You lose many coverages even stepping outside of Ontario. So you want to make sure you have that full coverage in the event of an emergency medical, or even if your trip got canceled.
Okay, so doesn't our government health plans cover us?
No, you probably take about 10% with you. 90% of your GHIP, it's called, government health insurance plan, stays home when you go on vacation. So you want to make sure you're covering that extra 90% when you're abroad.
Okay, so let's say you book your vacation on your credit card. Isn't there coverage on that?
There are some coverages definitely on your credit card, but I would make double sure. It might just be for luggage. It might not be the full extent of medical you're required to go on vacation. Know what you're getting. Read the exclusions. Make double sure. No matter who you're talking to, you get the information and read it yourself to make sure.
Okay, so when should someone purchase travel protection?
I would definitely purchase it the moment I know where I'm going. If I'm going on a trip, I would ask my travel agent or I would call my insurance broker and see if there's a coverage available through where I'm insured already, and make sure you're booked. The same time you book your trip, make sure you have your travel booked.
Okay, Joni, so are there multi-trip plans available?
Definitely. If you happen to live near the border and you like to go over more than once, you're not going to be calling to book packages all the time. We have at our company that you can add on your homeowners a 30-day multi-trip package. You don't have to call us when you're going. You can go and come as you choose and you're always covered. Perfect peace of mind.
Okay, so what happens if you have a pre-existing medical condition? Does that affect your coverage?
Yes, it does. It depends on your age and what your medical condition is, how long it's been stable. If it's been stable, most companies are at least 6 months, then they will still cover that. If not, then you might be going away with something that you're not covered for that you want to make sure you are covered for.
Okay, so what do our viewers need to know about completing the health questions when trying to get travel insurance?
Cross your T's and dot your I's, because you want to make sure that form is filled in perfect. If you're unsure about something, call your physician, ask him, does this make a difference? Even if you're taking an aspirin a day, that must be on the form. You want to make sure that you didn't fill that in improperly and you're not going to have the coverage you need when you need it.
Okay, so what if you have to cancel your trip for whatever reason? Does your travel insurance plan protect you in case of cancellation so you can get a refund?
Yes, it does, but it has to be a good reason. You can't just say, I want to cancel my trip for the sake of. There has to be an emergency. Maybe your company went bankrupt. Someone in the family isn't well, any of those reasons, but there still has to be a good reason. You can't simply just cancel it, but you can get a refund for a good reason, yes.
Okay, so let's say you have to prolong your trip for whatever reason. Can you extend your coverage?
Definitely. If you're with a good company, you should have a 1-800 that will work from anywhere in the world. You can simply call them and they will be able to top up your coverage and give you the extra days you require.
Okay, so in terms of coverage, is it better to get, let's say for instance for a couple, individual plans or a plan that covers both?
Well, you're better to talk to one company to cover both so that you're only calling one number if, God forbid, you do have an emergency. But I would say you should do it separately on your own plan, because if one has a pre-existing and one doesn't, or one wants maybe a little more coverage under something, you are better to purchase them separately.
Okay, so can Atto offer travel protection for people that have a homeowner's insurance policy with them?
Yes, we can. At Atto, we can offer you with and without your home with us, but the best package we have, if you have your home with us and you are a frequent cross-border person, this is fantastic. It covers both you and your wife and even your grandkids if you're bringing them along for a special trip to Disneyland. So it's worry-free. You don't have to call to add it on every time. It's on there. 30 days multi-trip.
Okay, Joni, so any last tips for viewers that are thinking about traveling?
Definitely make sure you get your travel insurance. Make sure you read it very careful, know your exclusions and your coverages before you leave. make sure you give Atto a call and have a wonderful and safe vacation.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Joni. Thanks for coming on today's show, and looking forward to seeing you again in the future.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. It's been great.
So there you have it. If you're thinking about traveling and need travel insurance, get in contact with Atto Associates. I'm your host, Joe Terceira. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.